Located in the sprawling, picturesque farmland of southeastern PA is Zahncroft Dairy, a 300-acre dairy farm owned by Dave and Katie and Doug and Rachel. The farm has been in the Sadazan family since 1934. Join me now as we listen to comments from those who participated in the project and as we take a tour of their new 250-cow dairy facility.
We spent at least a year probably visiting other farms. We got ideas on farms to visit, mainly talking to Dan McFarland. We also got a few barns to visit from JBZ, dairy equipment dealer, and Whitehorse took us to one or two.
We put a lot of time and effort into planning ahead and to knowing what we wanted.
As we continue your tour, you will hear three important principles repeated. Do your research, build your team, plan ahead. These are also principles that Whitehorse Construction adhered to as they served as general contractor for the project.
What I try to do is listen, first of all, to what their needs are, the number of cows they want to do, where they want to put it, that type of thing. But they were very serious about two things. One was cow comfort and efficient use of labor in their new facility. And so we went through a number of options. They were open to a lot of different options, but they told me what they wanted. And I did challenge them sometimes on those decisions, simply because there's usually a benefit and a consequence to anything you choose.
We met as a group and really got a lot of our goals figured out.
So in the early days, we did a lot of conceptual planning where we took their layouts that Dan McFarland had worked with them on, as far as like a 4-row or 6-row barn. I think maybe they even had a 3-row barn. And we looked at how those different layouts would fit on the topography. And that's where on our computers, everything is done 3-dimensionally, and so we can see how everything fits. And it's just really important to make sure that we get the slopes correct, and make sure we get stormwater taken care of.
I think a key thing that helped us to help everything go smoothly was just open communication. We worked well with each other, with our team. Everyone was on the same page as knowing what our goals were, what we wanted.
During the construction process, one really valuable thing that we did for a couple weeks when things were really happening was we'd have a weekly meeting, like a progress meeting, that included Whitehorse as the contractor. It usually included the excavator, the plumber, electrician, and
Whitehorse Construction, serving as general contractor, worked with the Sadazan family as well as a variety of subcontractors and industry personnel to complete the Sadazan Dairy Complex. Let's take a look now at the milking center. The pre-owned parlor was purchased by the Sadazans from a farm in Canada and was installed by JBZ Dairy Advantage. The De Laval Double 12 Cascade Parallel Parlor allows the operator to prep the first cow while other cows are still entering the parlor, and allows the operators to milk 96 cows per hour easily and comfortably while protecting from kicks. The De Laval MM27 meters and Delpro software track cows' milk production and will alert you to a sick cow. Milk weights and cow ID are displayed at the stall and transferred to the computer in the office. Cows can easily be keyed to be sorted from the MPC at each stall. Milk is pre-cooled before entering the bottom of the bulk tank. The plate cooler reduces energy costs and improves milk quality. Swinging cow brushes are located at various places throughout the freestall barn, keeping cows clean and comfortable while reducing their stress level. Cow comfort was a guiding principle for much of the design of the facility here at Zahncroft, but the comfort of the people who work in the facility also was considered. A big part of the comfort includes ventilation. The cupolas on the roof above the parlor are aesthetically pleasing, but they also serve as part of a positive pressure ventilation system which allows the parlor operator to direct air placement with these louvers. AutoVent is a total ventilation system that automatically opens and closes the curtains by sensing inside and outside temperatures, wind speed and direction, and precipitation. Each section of curtains is independently and automatically regulated by the controller. The Vent Genie also turns fans and sprinklers on and off based on current weather conditions, keeping cows refreshed and comfortable on those hot, humid summer days.
Back in 2015, they contacted us, and I first met with Dave and Doug and got to learn what their vision was for the dairy. They had already done a lot of homework. They had already gotten a grant from Center for Dairy Excellence for a transformation team. And this is a wonderful planning grant where it's about $5,000 each year, and you can do it 2 years in a row. And it helps with planning and permitting and engineering costs. They already had a transformation team grant from the Center for Dairy Excellence, which is a really neat opportunity to where the center pays for planning and for engineering and other consultants. They had also gotten a grant, or were working on getting a grant from NRCS for EQIP for doing some of the manure systems. And then in addition, since we're speaking about grants, Team Ag was able to work with Stroud Water Research Center for credits that could be used toward either the construction or design of their manure system.
Okay, so there were several permitting requirements. They had an MPDS permit through the Conservation District, a water quality management permit for the manure storage system from DEP, as well as a land development and stormwater management plan approvals from the township.
In addition to Team Ag, Penn State, and other industry personnel, the Satizans will be quick to encourage you to tap into the wisdom and experience of other dairy producers.
Just along the lines of the permitting process, I would say talk to other farmers about it.
The amount of time that had to be put into the NPDES permit and the stormwater pond and system were just, I don't think we were aware of that when we started, just how much time and money we would end up spending on those design aspects of that.
Here at Zahncroft, sand bedding in the freestalls provides optimum cow comfort. A system was designed that accommodates the efficient use of sand bedding and manure handling. Water is stored in this tank and is used to flush each alley every time cows leave the freestalls to enter the parlor. A flush head or valve that was installed under this cover releases enough water to flush manure out of the alley, leaving a clean area for the cows to return from the milking parlor. The water and manure then travel through an underground pipe and is dumped into a sand settling lane. The sloped floor of this lane will allow any sand, which is heavier than the rest of the debris, to remain on the floor while water and fibrous matter travel on to the first stage lagoon. Even though it appears to be a simple process, planning, design, and implementation of this entire manure handling system is the result of a lot of thought and engineering. Here we have an aerial view of both first and second stage lagoon, as well as a sand lane. Here in the first stage lagoon, the lighter solids move to the top, forming a crust that minimizes odor, while the heavier solids settle to the bottom of the lagoon. A baffle system allows liquids to pour from the first stage over and into the second stage lagoon. From here, the cleaner liquid is skimmed off the top, and this floating lagoon pump pumps it back up to the holding tank where it is again used to flush the alleyways. The 4-inch floating lagoon pump is manufactured by GEA and is powered by two 10-horsepower single-phase motors. And here we again see the tank where the cycle begins and ends. Twice each year, the first stage lagoon is agitated, pumped into a tank spreader, and spread on the fields. Now, if we go back to the sand settling lane, we will see how the sand that settled onto the floor is removed and piled on a sloped floor. The slopes and elevations of the concrete were carefully calculated to accommodate the processing of the sand. Each pile is moved every 3 days, and as you can see, each pile of sand gradually becomes cleaner until it reaches the end, where it will again be put back into the barn and used for bedding. It is always amazing how each pile of sand is a little cleaner, and when you get to the end, the sand looks clean like it was never used. Now let's take another look at those lagoons. After the area is graded and rolled, an HDPE liner is installed. These liners, which were originally used in landfills, were modified and refined by Manita Construction for use in manure lagoon systems. After 30 years of use, they still meet the criteria of a new liner. Manita Construction played a major role in the Zahncroft project by performing all of the excavation, including site prep, trenches, lagoons, and final grading. Now in their 50th year of business, Team Manita includes the 4th generation of the Brubaker family. Their current foreman has 37 years of experience in working with dairymen on this type of project, and the fact that Manita focuses only on ag projects makes them a logical choice for modern dairy and other ag facilities. As the general contractor, Whitehorse Construction provided guidance and oversight throughout the entire construction process.
One thing Whitehorse did was, as we were in the construction process, if there was something that needed change that we wanted to do a little differently than what was in our original contract, or if there were a couple roadblocks they ran into, they were always up front with that. That really helped to not have a big surprise at the end, and that's something I can attribute to Whitehorse being open with us about.
Long before the first ground was moved, Whitehorse was engaged in design plan meetings with subcontractors and other industry professionals. It is important for the general contractor to not only source quality materials at a good price, but to assemble a team of professionals that will work well together. As the project begins to take form, Whitehorse provides in-house design services and construction documents. And then during the entire construction process, Whitehorse continues with scheduling to ensure that deadlines are met. With over 25 employees and over 20 years experience, Whitehorse was able to address design issues like cow flow, maternity pens and special needs area, how will cows be fed, what type of waterers will be installed and where, how will manure be handled, what about milking center design, and how will the utility room be laid out? And so we see there are a lot of details to be reckoned with, and thus the importance of a competent general contractor, a good team, and a good plan.
We had a clear idea ahead of time of how we wanted the cows to flow through the barn, how we wanted the operators in the parlor to be able to work, how we wanted to handle cows. So there were really no surprises when we started milking of how things were going to work in this barn.
The lumber and roofing for this project was provided by Rigid Ply Rafters. Since 1954, Rigid Ply has worked closely with contractors to produce and deliver a quality product. Many contractors place value in the years of experience and wisdom provided by long-term employees at Rigid Ply. Using state-of-the-art equipment, trusses are designed and manufactured economically while adhering to strict quality control standards. As a pioneer in the industry, Rigid Ply has capitalized on new technology to produce top-quality glue-lam beams and posts that adhere to the highest standards and specifications. All the posts, beams, trusses, and metal roofing for Zahncroft facility were provided by Rigid Ply Rafters. Cedar Crest equipment includes locations in Myerstown, Quarryville, and Mercersburg. They installed the parlor ventilation system, the auto vent and vent genie system, along with the fans and sprinklers, as well as the GEA floating lagoon pump. The curtains were manufactured by Sturdy Built and installed by Cedar Crest. The Leroy Schanauer Company provides a great deal of expertise and experience with flush systems. Leroy Schanauer installed the big white tank that stores water for the flush system, as well as the flush heads at the beginning of each flush alley. The parlor milking equipment and cow brushes were installed by JBZ Dairy Advantage, a De Laval milking equipment dealer since 1931. With sales and installation service teams, JBZ is equipped to handle any size dairy farm. Team Ag, located in Ephrata, PA, serves the dairy and ag industry.
We have nutrient management planners, conservation planners, and as well as we do crop scouting. We have agronomists, so we have a complete agricultural consulting company. We're based here in Ephrata, here in Lancaster County, but we have engineers and other staff throughout Pennsylvania.
L's Door Sales installed the overhead doors. The main door at the feed alley can be opened and closed with a wall switch or with a remote control in the cab of the feeder wagon tractor. L's Door Sales is from Lancaster, PA, and provides residential and commercial overhead doors in southeastern PA. You can see more about them at www.lsdoorsales.com. DML Poured Walls installed the concrete walls in the sand lane. DML is located in Gordonville, PA, and brings to the table a lot of experience in ag construction. The Dick Meyer Company performed the grooving on the concrete floors, providing a surface that will provide solid footing for the cows. They can be contacted at 800-228-5471 or dmsafetygrooving.com. Zimmerman Masonry from Ephrata, PA, provided some of the poured concrete walls for the project. They also used one of their concrete pumps to enable accurate placement of concrete in hard-to-reach places. You can see more about them at zimcrete.com or call them 717-271-7575. Sturdy Built Manufacturing from Denver, PA provided these freestall loops, which are made of high tensile galvanized steel tubing and designed for easy installation and cow comfort. Sturdy Built also manufactured all the gates and fencing, including this unique one-way flow control gate. Head gates were installed in the special needs area, and stainless steel rotary flush waterers provided easy access to fresh, clean water at all times. With an emphasis on cow comfort and cow flow, Sturdy Built provides high-quality custom design and manufacturing. Keystone Concrete Products from New Holland, PA has been serving the agricultural community in the eastern United States for over 30 years. They provided the slatted floor that we see here, which is located at the bottom end of the holding pen and allows wash water to flow into a concrete gutter located below, also provided by Keystone Concrete. In addition to the slatted floors and precast gutters, Keystone Concrete Products also manufactures T-walls, feed bunks, and box culvert. So if you ever visit the Zahncroft Dairy, you'll find an efficient and very well managed operation, and none of it happened by accident. To achieve this type of success, remember, do your research, build your team, and plan ahead. This has been a production of Breakthrough, found at breakthroughimage.com.